Hey, what is going on, you sexy beasts? VatiWah here, and welcome to the best follow for mod review ever. A mod review with a story to give these mods a purpose. Rebi, my character, and her followers are looking through these ruined buildings looking for some gold and booty. Now these ruins are from the previous episode, a quest mod, and wait a moment, what's that over there? Hey, who are you? Oh my goodness, it's Strong. Hey buddy, yeah, what happened to you? Rebi totally did not try to kill you like 8 or 6 episodes ago. Okie dokie, okay, fine. Here, take Rebi's nicely wrapped followers right here. Goodbye Josephine, my first follower ever, and goodbye Mia. Yeah, don't hurt Rebi, take these as a gift or something. Yeah, Rebi's also going to buy you some very nice clothes. SuperMutantClothes by M150 gives super mutants a large variety of fashion to choose from. Now the clothing and fashion accessories can be crafted by constructing the Super Mutant sewing machine through the build menu. There are over 20 super mutant outfits and they are all lore friendly and they are tailored specifically to fit a super mutant's body. Some of them look very gangster and high class, while some of them is kinda silly, and a few of the outfits also has a dirty version as well, just because, well, super mutants aren't exactly a clean group of people, they don't live in a clean environment. There are quite a few bandanas that can be worn over the super mutant's face so they can gangbang and do all sorts of bad things without someone identifying them, although it is kinda hard to miss an 8-foot tall green giant. Now there are also 8 headgear that is available for super mutants. Now it's not much of a selection, but I do like the box one that goes over the head. That's pretty funny as fuck. Ah yes, the fun part is the hairstyles. We have a freaking afro here, man. We have a ginger afro super mutant. Look at that, that is the epitome of funniness. So right here we have the alpha male hairstyle. Every super mutant is pretty much a alpha male anyways, but this is the super alpha male. Right here we have the pompadour, and what is this, Saints Row or something? Are we making like a Saints Row character? And right here, finally, we have the warhawk, and this is probably the more suitable hairstyle since super mutants are kind of warlike and violent. And finally, there are these face accessories. The fashion glasses are always cute on any character or race. Plenty of headgear, face gear, and wigs to pimp out any super mutant. You can create some very interesting combinations. You can make Strong kill you because you're making him wear such a silly outfit, or you can make him look like a very expensive lawyer or stockbroker or maybe a pimp. Okay Strong, so we're cool, right? You know, no hard feelings, you know, just be gentle with 2 of Rebi's followers and don't try to take out your anger on them because you don't like Rebi, because she did kinda maybe sort of try to kill you a couple episodes ago. You know, don't be too violent and don't try to pimp them out, okay? Now this ribbon armor might not be a very good idea while wandering around this cold, barren place, but it was what we found in a previous episode. But Rebi seems to be in luck. There seems to be a power armor frame here. So let's go inside and get some kind of a cover. And whoa, my goodness, oh man, this is so awesome. Look at this, this is not an ordinary power armor. Navi brand new power armor by Justice is definitely one of the coolest looking power armor and power armor frame that I've seen in the last few months. Now to get the female power armor frame, just find a power armor and enter it using a vault suit. Now by doing this, the power armor frame will automatically change to the female one. So if you're not wearing the vault suit or if you're playing as a male, then the power armor frame will remain as default. The power armor frame is a little bit different. It is one of the first times that the power armor frame has been changed. Like most of the other mods that we've looked at, only changed the power armor but not the frame itself. Now it is a bit more bulky and it seems there are some exposed areas, and yes, if your character is using a new skin texture, if your character is naked, then you might see some tacos downstairs, but luckily my skin texture has a pair of panties on from the previous episode. However, you might still see some camel toes, but that's okay, you know, no big deal. Now it doesn't seem to provide much protection since it's just a frame with hydraulics on it. Now to get the power armor itself, there are some parts located outside of Vault 111. It's on the surface, it's on the top. The power armor looks very futuristic and high-tech. It looks like the offspring of a Gundam and a warframe if they had a one-night stand and they had a baby. It is definitely not very lore friendly. It does have a cat tail and a cat bell on front, and it looks like it has some kind of a cat ears or what looks to be cat ears on the side of the head. So this is kind of perfect since the power armor is supposed to have cat-like powers. Anyways, let's go take a look at the various paint jobs that is available, and there is quite a bit. The Air Force paint scheme has a sky blue color to it. There are various Air Force installations and bases around the Commonwealth, so this is perfect. Now the next one is the Army. The Army has a green and gray camo scheme to it. Now I'm guessing it tries to have camo for both the urban setting, like a city, and a forest environment. The Brotherhood of Steel is one sick looking paint job. You know, I love the orange head. You know, the head for a lot of the paint job is the most flashy looking, although that might be a bad thing since it might be easier to have someone do a headshot. Now the Minuteman has a pink and gray paint job. Now it's a little bit odd in my opinion since I've never seen any Minuteman wear a pinkish looking outfit. After that, this is the Institute. This is a very eye-catching power armor as well. Again, this is because of the bright blue helmet which stands out against the rest of the power armor, which is white. Now this power armor is the Marine armor. It has a Marine scheme, and I would assume this is a name for Marines from the military. Now it does kind of look like Russian Special Forces color scheme instead that I've seen in games like GoldenEye or whatever. And this paint job here is the fire theme. It has a general red theme to it, and all power suits, by the way, can have special paint jobs on certain parts of the armor as well. The railroad paint job is mostly black and brownish color, and it seems to be a great color scheme for them just because, you know, the underground is usually very dark and secretive. Finally, we have the Vault-Tec paint job. Now this is one of my favorite actually. It looks like it can be like the mascot for IKEA or something. You know, IKEA should have a highly advanced military killing robot suit for a mascot. The suit can have gauntlets added to their arms, which makes the Navi power armor look so bulky and intimidating. Cats are supposed to be slender, so this makes it look more like a rhino or maybe a gorilla, but it does look like it can take hits, it can tank, and it can smash heads in with their arms. Now another feature is that there are jetpacks which can be added, and these jetpacks look so fucking awesome and they're so huge, I just want to blast off into space and shoot some robots. Now I do feel like I'm playing like Armored Core right here. You know, who's familiar with the game? It's so old school back then. Now it must take quite a bit of energy to lift this much weight off the ground. The Navi power armor looks so impenetrable aside from a few areas of exposed skin. I bet it can walk into this fire without getting hurt. See? But you know what? I think the fire needs to be a little bit hotter and better. Enhanced Flickering Firelight by Steve40 gives light from fire sources some changes and improvements. So what the mod does, it changes the brightness and range of the lighting that comes from fire. It pretty much increases the range and makes it brighter. Now the mod works very well with mods like Darker Nights, and it creates a very great atmosphere by having a very dark surrounding with a very bright light, keeping the blackness away. No pun intended. Oh dear, VatiWah, you just made it worse with that comment. Since the mod increases the brightness and range of the lighting, it also makes them look a little bit more orange and yellow. Now the fire and lighting can be seen from further away, and they look a little bit more brighter than usual. Now the mod is perfect if you'd like to have a warm, bright light for your fire, and at the end of the mod review there will be some very nice views. It will make the city look like it's on fire and burning. Standing in the fire was maybe a very bad idea. Even though Rebi didn't get burned, it still was pretty hot inside and she's now thirsty. So let's go see if there's anything to drink around here. Okay, so let's go check down here. Oh, wait, I think I see something. There is what looks to be some old school Nuka Cola. Nuka Cola Classic by MKDO40 brings back the traditional look for the Nuka Cola bottles. Now currently the bottles are in the shape of a rocket, and with the Nuka Cola Classic mod it changes them to regular bottles. And it changes the bottles for the Nuka Cola, the Cherry Nuka Cola, and the Quantum Cola. And you know, it's kind of like buying Mexican Coca-Cola in real life, just because the Mexican one uses cane sugar and it tastes a little bit more like the old stuff, you know, like the old school Coca-Cola. Now by default, the Nuka Cola posters and billboards uses the rocket ship bottles. Now the cool thing is the mod also changes the Nuka Cola on billboards to match the regular bottles, just to have a little bit of consistency. It just seems like the mod author did a very good job in altering the billboards. It looks like it's an original piece, like original billboard. Rebi drinking his soda and being stuck in this cold metal power armor is making her cold, especially with her ribbon armor. She needs something a little bit more warmer, slightly warmer. Armored Leotard CBBE Bodyslide by Apalmemnom is a set of leotards that can be worn as it is or under armor. The leotards can be crafted at the chemistry station under the APAL section. There are 3 different types of leotard. There is the regular version. Now the leotard basically looks like it's a one-piece bathing suit, except it's not used for anything water related. The regular version seems to be made out of a shiny material. And right here we have the cloth version, and the cloth version does not have the same shine as the regular one. And yes, it is very cold out here on the beach. She can cut diamonds with those nepus. Now the last version I'm sorry guys. Now the last version is the padded one. There are pads all over the leotard to provide some level of comfort and protection. It might even make the power armor a little bit more comfortable. For each of the versions, there are 7 different colors. The colors can be changed out by using the armor smith. The colors will come in handy because later on the leotard can be worn under armor and armor pieces. The different colors is just so that you can match the leotard with the armor that you're wearing. So the armor doesn't really cover much. I mean, there might be some exposure, and this leotard might cover up some vulnerable spots. The leotard covers slightly more area than the ribbon armor, so let's go back inside the power armor before things get dangerous because of the War of the Commonwealth spawns by Engager, which allows you to customize how the game handles the spawning of enemies. So right now I pretty much have the spawn settings set to maximum. Yeah, chaos and destruction everywhere. In your inventory, there is an item called a War of the Commonwealth Spawn configuration, and here is some presets that you can choose from. Mama's Boy means low spawn rate, and No Remorse means high spawn. And you can adjust right here the number of spawn points for each of these different types of enemies and NPCs. Now the mod author also mentioned that he added a few thousand new spawn points, so yeah, it can get very dangerous and seriously very deadly. Now in the general NPC spawns, the maximum it can go up to is 800 points, and for the animal creatures it's also 800, so yeah, you know, set it to maximum and let the chaos begin. When a group of enemies spawn, you can change how large this group is, and of course we're gonna set it as very large just to make things interesting. Dynamic group size means that there's a chance of spawning a group of monsters that don't follow your settings. Now in this case I chose very large, and I'm going to choose 50%. So there's a 50% chance that the group that spawns won't be very large, it could be any other size. Now the story faction and patrol settings, this allows you to turn off their spawns or set the chance of them spawning. And finally, you can set the spawn time. So after 2 groups of enemies wipe each other out, or if you kill a group yourself, they will respawn after a certain time frame that you set it as. Right here, I disabled the combat AI of everyone just so you can see a clear picture of all the enemies, creatures, and monsters that spawn in a given area. Now it actually sometimes lag when you go from one street to another just because, you know, there are dozens of enemies spawning in. Now I would like to see someone do something crazy with this and do hardcore and survival mode with this mod. Ah man. Oh yeah, by the way, listen to the sound of gunfire and explosions. Relax. Now from up here in this tower, it's very nice to watch the city burn and explode during the nighttime. You can watch the raiders fight the Minutemen, who are fighting robots, who are fighting ghouls, who are fighting the Diamond City security. It's just chaos and destruction everywhere. Anyways, I think this is it for this episode of Follow for Mod Review. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to bang that like and subscribe button. Bang it good, guys. Now, follow me on Twitter and Steam, and I also now can stream on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time, so make sure to check them out. Although, if I stream something that has a high chance of a nipple slip or a vagina slip, I generally try to stream on YouTube because, well, Twitch is kind of anal about it. Well then, stay sexy, my friends. Stay sexy, my fellow Vault Dwellers.
1,000 gold. Got it?
100 gold? What? Per hour? What do I get? Do I have to wear rubber? Now this is the clean version. It seems to be inspired by two Skyrim skin textures. It is built off of the mature skin by Maven 2 and Real Girl's realistic body by Zonzai and Seren for